Okay, good evening. I'd like to call to order 6:45, the Public Service Committee. We have 3 items on the agenda. I notice Best Buy is not here yet, so I'll give them a little more time to show up. That being the case, we'll move down to item 2, which is order number 23108924 to operate a taxi/livery license out on 67 Forest Street. Tim, where are you? Would you like to just sit in the either the hot seat or the well? I don't want to call it what you want. All right. Okay, so are you in the taxi business or livery business now?
No, actually, we're a home health care agency, but we do have a car where sometimes we have to take our clients to doctor's appointments or drop them off for events or going to like the airport or something like that. And for that kind of service, we need like a livery license. So it's not really a taxi. It's just for transporting our clients.
Now, where will you be parking this car, at 67 Forest Street, or?
No, because actually you cannot park at 67 Forest Street, so it will be garaged at my house in Southborough.
Southborough. That's a good place for it, Southborough.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I figured you couldn't park, on Forest Street there.
Yeah,
you
can't.
Well, okay, for my committee, 1, we're all set, 2, we're all set on the query. I talked to the chief of police, so we're all set on the query. And I guess we can open it up to discussion. Councilor
Thank you, sir.
Irish.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
I know Chair Landers answered the question that I was going to ask about the garaging of the vehicle.
Yes.
So obviously, it's going to be garaged in Southborough, part of this business. Is there any special insurance? Do you have to notify your insurance company where the vehicle is going to be garaged?
Yeah, so we already have insurance company already knows that we garage it in Southborough, and we already have the commercial insurance that's specific for it.
And it's probably going to be a wonderful place to have it. So that was my only question, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Brown.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Chair Landers. I also reviewed the same information with the police chief's query, and then with my background as a licensed insurance adjuster, my other question was just going to be if your insurance company was aware of where it was being garaged
Yes.
versus where the business was, so
Yes.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Very good. Well, Councilor Brown, you're so knowledgeable in insurance, child care.
It's just the name of
It's
it.
such an asset to my committee, Any other councilors have any questions on, okay.
And then I make a motion.
Okay.
A motion to approve order number 23-100-8924.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor? 3-0. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is order number 23108973. This is an application for a special permit of Dish Wireless to install 3 wireless antennas and related equipment on the rooftop at Mount Royal Ave. We had a public hearing back, I believe it was in June 26th, and of course they had a representative that spoke in favor. There was no questions from the public. There was no one spoke in opposition. And a couple of our councilors, Councilor Oram, Doucette, Landis asked for a timetable. So that part of it went pretty well. Well, if you want to sit in the hot seat of the well there, or either what you want to call it, and we'll move right along here. Okay, we had a public hearing, so, we have a pretty good, I think it was Andrew Gordon that spoke at the public hearing. you know, most of us have a pretty good idea, but it's always good to let the public know. This is at Mount Royal. You're gonna put 3 antennas up there.
Yep.
I guess the consensus to some people, you know, it's better to put 3 antennas than 3 cell towers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what we've heard.
We've had a few of those in town, and they've worked out pretty well, and we does bring some revenue in, but 3 antennas, and they'll be right on top of the building. Now, I'm curious, the related equipment, what does that usually include?
So basically what goes into an installation with the antennas, usually with a 3 antenna setup, we'll do 6 radio heads, a few like over voltage protection boxes, and then usually 3 fiber cables, 3 power cables run from the basement utility area up to the roof, to the antennas.
Where do you think those wires going from the ground up to the roof?
They're
Maybe in the
concealed in conduit going up to the roof.
back of the building, probably? Because they just did over the front of that building, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
yeah.
So it has to be the side
Yeah,
of the...
either through the building or
Yeah.
over the back side of the
Right.
building usually.
Right. Okay, I did get reports from the department heads, and they were all, they really had no concerns or questions. That includes the fire chief, chief of police, and so we're all set in that part. Councilor Brown.
Thank you, Chairman Landers. I just wanted to share, and I'll do it at the full formal council meeting, but I wasn't present for the public meeting, or the public hearing. And I did view it, so I heard all of the questions asked by my fellow councilors, and I don't have any further questions at this time.
Okay, very good, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Quick question. I know in the permit for noise coming from a building, it's similar. I'm thinking to like a HVAC, or air conditioning, similar
Yeah, like
noise
a
rating?
window AC unit that you'd have in a residence, similar to that noise level.
Similar to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Chris, what's the closest house there? Well,
Well, they're up higher, so I was just
I
questioning.
imagine the sound would...
Yeah, sound would carry.
Maybe
Yeah.
on Foley,
But an air conditioner isn't too bad.
Because I didn't know if, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I didn't know if there was like a cooling effect. Is that any cooling that has to be done on the antennas? That's why it does radiate some kind of noise. That was,
So that's more specific for like the equipment, like in the utility area, sometimes it has to be temperature controlled.
okay. All right.
But for the antennas on the roof, as long as they're concealed and everything, they don't really
It's
need
perfectly fine.
anything like that, temperature control.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other councilors have any questions, or? Okay, we can probably move right along here. Looking through the material that Karen gave us, the decision, finding of facts was okay. So I am gonna read the conditions, and then we'll take it from there. The finding of facts for, okay, so going right down to the, you know, we will grant this subject special permit based on the following conditions. The first condition number 1, construction in accordance with the applicable laws. Construction of all structures on the site is to be in accordance with all building codes and zoning regulations in effect in the city of Marlborough and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and shall be built according to the plans as they may be amended during the site plan review. Condition number 2, site plan review. The issuance of a special permit is further subject to detailed site plan review by the Site Plan Review Committee in accordance with the City of Marlborough Site Plan Review Ordinance prior to the issuance of the building permit. Any additional change, alteration, modification, or amendment as required during the process of the site review shall be further condition attached to the building permit No occupancy permit shall be issued until the application has complied with all the conditions. Subsequent site plan review shall be consistent with the condition of the special permit and the plan submitted, reviewed and approved by the city council as the special permit granting authority. Incorporation of submission. All plans, photo renderings, site evaluations, brief and other documentation provided by the applicant as part of the application and is amended or revised during the application hearing process before the city council and/or the city council public service committee are herewith incorporated into and become part of the special permit and become conditions, requirements of the same unless otherwise altered by the city council. Condition number 4, compliance with applicable laws. The applicant and the successor or the assigned agree to comply with all municipal, state, federal rules, regulations, ordinances as they may apply to the construction, maintenance, and operation of the use. Number 5, all work performed on the site shall comply with this decision. No other building or construction or activity, including but not limited to any communication device, WCF, towers, and so forth, shall occur without the further modification of the special permit. This condition shall be interpreted consistent with federal laws governing WCFs. Number 6, no signage or advertising of any sort shall be permitted as part of the use. Number 7, the applicant shall comply with all the applicable conditions for WCF as set forth in section 650-25F, each of which shall constitute conditions of the special permit. And number 8, in accordance with the provisions of the Massachusetts General Law 48, Section 11, the applicant, its successor, or assigned at its expense shall record the special permit in the Middlesex South Registry of Deeds after the city clerk certifies that 20-day period for appealing the special permit has elapsed with no appeal having been filed before the applicant has applied to the building commission for a building permit. Upon recording, the applicant shall forthwith provide a copy of the recorded special permit to the city council office, the building department, and the city solicitor's office. Any questions on any of those, or anything we left out? Okay, that being the case, does anybody have any questions or comments on this whole project? Okay, very good. So, that being the case, can I have a motion?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Motion to approve decision is submitted and recommend approval of the special permit, please, on order number 23-100-8913.
Council Brown, you want to second that?
Second.
Got to get you involved there. Okay, you did. Okay, all in favor? 3-0. Okay, thank you. And, Mr. President, I probably will report this out at our next meeting, which is, what, a week from tonight?
Yeah, it's next Monday. You just want to have it in proper format from the solicitor, so you
Yeah.
might want to just make sure that the notes reflect that the solicitor puts it in
Okay,
proper
so-
format, and then, are you guys in a hurry to get this going, or, do you know, or? 'Cause-
I mean, the quicker we get this approved, the quicker we can do the building permit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the challenge is our next meeting is until August, so if the
August, yeah.
solicitor can get it in proper format for our July 24th meeting, you can ask for a suspension, we can approve it that night.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's summer, it wouldn't be a bad idea to suspend and get moving on
Yeah,
this.
I would just make sure that you talk to the solicitor
Yeah.
after tonight to make sure he knows to get it on our agenda for Monday
Right.
evening.
Okay, that will come fast. Okay, very good. I want to thank you people very much and my committee.
Thank you.
And do we have another motion coming up?
Do you want, we're not taking up the Best.
What's that?
We're not taking up Best Buy, right? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you very much.